a Nuria Rodríguez. Con Nuria hicimos un Databeers ya hace un año y pico en el polo de contenidos digitales, centralizado en ciencias sociales y humanidades digitales. Nuria trabaja mucho ese tema. Ella es directora del Departamento de Historia del Arte de la Universidad de Málaga, con lo cual si estáis interesados en esos temas, aquí está, ¿vale? Y bueno, le dejo la palabra ahora para cuando relajadamente terminemos de preparar y tal. Ella va a presentar a Greg, que como os comentaba al principio del evento, todo esto ha sido para aprovechar que estaba por aquí en una Summer School que está organizando la Universidad de Málaga estos días sobre visualización de datos. Y a partir de ahora yo creo que todo va a ser datos, sonido y poca voz humana. Muchas gracias, Nuria.
Muchas gracias. ¿Empezamos ya entonces? ¿Sí? Muchas gracias a todos por venir. Muchas gracias por la presentación, María. Good evening, everybody. I don't know where is my research team there. Okay, participants, okay. Right. En primer lugar, me gustaría agradecer muchísimo la colaboración de Databeers y especialmente de María, que sé que ha sido un enorme esfuerzo tejer todo esto para que hoy podamos estar aquí. Y la colaboración de Databeers una vez más con la Universidad de Málaga y especialmente en esta ocasión con este curso de verano que organizamos en septiembre sobre análisis de datos y visualización de datos, que nosotros llamamos Summer School on Digital Art History, porque ese es nuestro background. Nosotros utilizamos tecnología de datos para analizar qué pasa en el ámbito de la historia del arte y de la cultura artística, con lo cual es una interesante combinación entre tecnología y cultura. Me gustaría solamente decir unas pocas palabras sobre el Summer School, porque es una iniciativa conjunta de la Universidad de Málaga y de la Universidad de Berkeley, y a partir de ahora también forma parte de la cátedra de Tecnologías de Vanguardias en Humanidades, que forma parte de la Cátedra de Contenidos Digitales, que es una colaboración entre la Universidad de Málaga y el Ayuntamiento de Málaga, con lo cual hay muchas instituciones implicadas en este evento. Me gustaría presentar, y es el motivo por el que estamos aquí hoy, a Greg Niemeyer, que ha sido es uno de los instructores del Summer School. Greg Niemeyer es artista de nuevos medios, es profesor de la Universidad de Berkeley, tiene una amplísima trayectoria en el uso de datos con fines creativos, fue el fundador del Centro de Arte Digital de la Universidad de Stanford, fue el fundador y también director del Centro de Nuevos Medios de la Universidad de Berkeley, y si alguien está interesado en ver todos los proyectos creativos que ha hecho con datos, puede consultar su página web. Yo estoy muy agradecida a Greg porque el proyecto que trae hoy lo ha presentado en otras ciudades del mundo. Él trabaja, en este caso concreto, con datos de agua, de flujos de agua, y vamos a ver qué se puede hacer con esos datos. Greg va a transformar los datos en sonido, y no solamente va a transformar los datos en sonido, sino que además va a mostrarnos cómo con la tecnología de datos se puede producir una experiencia artística y cómo a través de esa experiencia artística con datos podemos reflexionar sobre lo que pasa en nuestro mundo a través de los datos que nosotros mismos producimos. Por lo tanto, muchísimas gracias. Thank you so much, Greg, for coming, for sharing with us your research. So you want to say a few words to the audience?
Yes. Hola, ¿qué pasa, Málaga? I'm so happy to be here. Thank you. And, you know, Málaga has everything except it has that missing tower on the cathedral. But it's okay because apparently here is the extra tower. So all you need to do is grow it a little bit and it'll be fine, okay? All right. So, Nuria, thank you so much for having me. And it's great to be here. We had a lot of talking, so do you want to break first or do you want to just keep going? Keep going. All right. I was going to play some music because there's a long history of data sonification, okay? And it's not new, although the first presentation was all about how new it was. In fact, let's see about some data sonification. If you want everybody to be quiet, what kind of sound do you make? That is a data sonification right there. We have a feeling, we turn it into a fact, and that fact we turn into an expression, and we can hear it, right? And what about this? Do you like beer? Say yes. That's a data sonification as well. Our voice is a data sonification. So I'm very interested in how we can give data voice as well. And it's one of the most powerful things of being human is to have a voice. And we have a chance here to give data a voice as well. And that is very exciting. So one of the most important things to give voice to is climate change. And I'm going to play you a sample of climate change. There's going to be no sound at first, okay? And so what we did here is we looked at data from an ice core that has air bubbles in it from a long time ago. And you can see here this record is 800,000 years long, but we're not going to play all 800,000 years. That's for like a half an hour. And you can do that at home. There's an audio tour here. You can listen to it. But then what we're doing here is we're going to just show you the last few minutes of this data. And it's one way to think about visualization and sound at the same time, because you can see the dot is moving up and down, right? And you can follow the dot. It's like the bouncing dot in the music when you sing along on television or karaoke. So this is data karaoke, okay? So we can sing along. We can go like, oh, but it's a little hard to do. So let's see what it sounds like, okay? So we have two voices here. One voice is the blue voice, and the blue voice is CO2. The other voice is temperature, it's the red voice. And the two voices sing together, and they change a little bit. The temper changes a lot because of the seasons, right? And then the CO2 is pretty stable until we get to 1760, to the Industrial Revolution, and suddenly the temperature picks up. Why does it do that? Because of the CO2 gas effect, the greenhouse effect. And so we can hear how everything's okay so far. And actually you can see how soon we're going to go to the place where we discover where Columbus goes to America, right? He goes, and then that's 1492. And then later on we go to the Small Ice Age, where temperatures suddenly drop. And the Small Ice Age provokes people to go look for resources elsewhere. So it's the beginning of colonialism, okay? And so that's all temperature driven. But soon we're going to have a much more dramatic change, which you will hear. Okay, here's the Small Ice Age now, okay? One of the important aspects of data sonification is that when we look at things, we only can see one thing at a time, and one thing at a time. But when we listen, we can hear many things at a time, and we can pick out where the sound comes from. So sound is good sense for context, versus vision is a good sense for precision. The hunter always listens for the animal first, and when they hear the animal, they're like, there it is, and then they shoot it. So hunting always begins with a sound, and then it ends with vision, okay? So let's see what happens here. This is the exciting part. So, so maybe this gives us an emotional sense of what data is like. And next time we go drive a car or take an airplane, we think about that whoop and how we created that whoop. And so it's a problem. So now how does climate change express itself? It expresses itself with temperature, but also with water. And so thanks to Nuria and her colleagues in the city of Malaga, we got some really good data here. First of all, we got Malaga rain, okay? We got the rain from 1 year of, from the past year. So since I was here last year in 2017, September 6th to now, we have 1 year of rain data. Every day there was a little bit of rain. We measured how much rain there was. And the most rain, do you remember this year, the most rain was on when? Do you remember what day it was where it rained really hard? No, March 1st. What's up with your data people? You should know this data by heart. March 1st. Look at that, 18.2 of data. That's the highest, that's the maximum in the entire year. So in March there was heavy rain. Yes, it's true? Yeah? Okay, good. So just checking my facts here. Now, that's one kind of water, the water that comes from the sky, right? And then the river fills up and it's beautiful and it goes. But then there's another kind of water, the kind of water we use every day. It comes out of the tap. And the two things are completely different. But without water, no life. So we're really depending on water coming from the sky. And we can drink it and we can use it to clean and wash and grow food. So what does that data look like? This is the data from 1 year worth of water consumption in the city of Malaga. So you have the total flows of water coming through the city of Malaga. When you turn on your taps, everyone, that's what happens. And so the maximum there was May 30th, 2018. Now, I don't know. What happened on May 30th, 2018? Were you all really, really thirsty? Because on May 30th, 2018, there was about 5 times as much water consumed as on any other day of the year. So what happened? You don't remember. But this is you, the citizens. You made this data. You should know. I don't know. But so if we look at it, it's kind of boring, right? It's just long numbers. So do you remember? No? So now what we're going to do is we're going to see what this data sounds like. And to do so, we're going to translate it into bell sounds. I think bells are really beautiful because they have a very strong polyphonic quality. It means that there's not just one sinoid tone like this. It's not a whistle, right? But it's many tones at once. It's like many voices at once. And so it's both a sound that is harmonious, but also it includes many different voices. And it's very important that we find ways to include many different voices. And also the bell is a very early data sonification, because what were bells used for in church towers? Like this one. Very good that we have this. Why do we put bells in here? Because we tell people it's time to pray, it's time to mourn the dead, it's time to celebrate marriages, it's time to go hide because the invasion is happening and you have to run away. It's sometimes in Venice they use the bells to mark floods, and so that's an early form of public data sonification. It's like radio before radio. Okay, it's very exciting. So. Now, there was one bell that was the largest bell ever, and I will make the sound of that large bell as well. And I'm just going to look it up here quickly. The Tsar bell here, let's see, where's a good picture? I like this picture. It was a very, very large bell, and it was so large that it broke before it was ever finished. And we calculated using data mapping. We used finite element modeling to calculate the sound of that bell. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we will present for the first time here in Malaga with this fine speaker the sound of the Tsar bell. But we'll mix it together with the water, okay? So we'll play this concert. Are you ready? Okay. Okay. So what happened here is we took a year's worth of data from your drinking and your rain and turned it into a bell concert and added a little bit of Russian music to it. So you can do this at home. It's very simple. You just play with numbers and you play with samples. This is a program called Max MSP. You can string together music and sound and images and data, because in a computer everything that's data could be either an image or it could be a sound or anything. And the key thing is, how do we create the poetry with it again that will help us become better stewards of the planet we live on? So next time we turn on the tap, maybe we hear those bells and we're like, oh yeah, that comes from somewhere, and it connects us with a feeling, and that feeling is the driver for change. So let's have feelings drive change, okay? Have a good night. Take care. Bye.